She was an excellent three-point shooter at Dartmouth, and now her team, besides the defense, has become a really good three-point shooting team as well, including her work with Alyssa Usby in the offseason. And then Trina Patterson, now in her 9th season, former superstar player at Virginia. She's had a wonderful career and has really made UNC Greensboro home, as I mentioned, 9 seasons now. We're underway. Anaya Kelly out there with Usby, Gokdang down to Navarre. Navarre, who went 1 for 10 in her last game, 0 for 1 to start. Take a look at the starters. Gamble, Johnson, Lee, Howard, and Kane for the Spartans. They're in the dark blue with Tar Heels in their white. That's Usby contesting the shot. Usby ripping down the rebound and then deflected out of bounds. The Tar Heels will have it.
You see it early already. Usby, a presence inside, making that shot tough for UNCG and able to pull down that rebound.
Take a look at the North Carolina starters. As Anaya Kelly, you got to remember, she started the first 3 games as a freshman a year ago. Lexi Donarski, perhaps one of the sweetest three-point shots you're going to see. India Navarre, transfer from Stanford, out there with Gokdang and Usby. Great pass. Well, as I say that, it was just a little bit behind Gokdang, who's starting to also garner a ton of interest from WNBA teams, which is really good to see. It's a really tall team for UNC Greensboro. They've got some size.
They do, and you see Khalees Kane inside getting that 2-pointer to go. And we were talking about Gokdang. She was a little out of position there and gave Khalees an opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
Navarre, Usby over to Kelly. Gokdang. Her footwork has become so much better this year, and Courtney Banghart saying her coming back, electing to come back one more year, was really a key to the foundation of the team, and she has been showing that.
She has. She's been off to a great start. Just a great addition on the interior for this North Carolina basketball team.
Good defense by Usby, gets her hand in there. They do have a whistle. The defense for North Carolina, that is where it all starts and all finishes. The D leading to offense.
You see here, Kelly with not much to do, but finds a way to make something out of nothing with a beautiful Euro step there, finishing at the rim.
Side of the basket looked like a shot I would make or take, not make.
Come on, Dean, you can shoot better than that.
Anaya Kelly spent a couple minutes with her before the game, just super impressed. And she talked about the fact that she's so confident. And I mean, confidence truly is, for lack of a better word, the best drug out there to really play great, I think.
I think you're 100% correct. Once you have that high level of confidence, there's really nothing that you don't feel comfortable doing out there on the basketball court. And I think that the coach gives them that confidence, but ultimately, it's your performance out there that gives you confidence as well.
4-2 lead for the Tar Heels. Rebounded by Navarre. Spent 1 year at Stanford, transferred back home. She's from North Carolina. Just can't make the shots right now. But, you know, Courtney Banghart said, I don't care. She was 1 for 10, but her plus minus was off the charts. And at the end of the day, analytically, the plus minus number is the most important, I think.
It is. And that's just another great way to give your team confidence, right? To give one of your players confidence, to know that I know you're not shooting the ball well. I know it's not going in for you, but you're playing the right way. You're doing the right thing. You're still making a big-time impact on our team. Keep playing.
This UNC Greensboro team has a lot of Tar Heel connections on their coaching staff. We'll have more on it later, but I'll just tease you as Satara DeGraffenried and Alex Miller, they went to some Final Fours, won some ACC titles, and then Fred Applin coached with Dean Smith for a year, and then coached with Sylvia Hatchell for 8 years. So 3 of Trina Patterson's assistants, former Tar Heels, as UNC Greensboro ties it at 4-4.
And there's Jade Gamble right there with that beautiful step back on the left-hand side. She's not going to be afraid to get those shots up this evening. And I'd be anticipating we're going to see a lot of those go in. Also wearing number 1. Shout out to the number 1s out there.
Dinarski. Look at Gotting. Oh, it's got to make that. She had it. I think she had more time than she realized. Marcus forced it a little bit.
Looked like she could have just went right up on that left side, but made it a little more difficult, but still great effort getting on the boards, giving your team another opportunity to score. See the miss here by Dinarski, but Gotting all over the boards. And like I said, looked like she could have went right up there on that left side, but she stayed with it and still drew a foul.
Dinarski, it's worth pointing out that came in as somebody that you had to recognize as a sharpshooter, but it's her defense that I think separates her from other players. Good pass from Usby to Gotting. Usby, as you'll hear me say every game I do, the only player in North Carolina's long and successful history to have a triple-double. It's only happened once. Dinarski with the rip. Did I mention her defense?
Right on cue. She must have heard you.
Down to Usby. Usby, tremendous footwork, and then loves to go back to the left, this time the right. Back of the rim, not quite there. Tight game to start, 6-4. Just a 2-point lead for Courtney Banghart's Tar Heels. Full disclosure, Courtney Banghart admitted this is not going to be a walk in the park. They are going to be challenged for 4 quarters against this very well-coached Spartans team. There's Usby, though. Another turnover. They give it right back. Good layup in tight quarters, and Tasia Johnson. Greenwood, Missouri, spent some time with Daytona State with the bucket. We're tied at 6.
Like you mentioned, Dean, North Carolina's doing a great job pressuring the basketball. You're seeing they're being very disruptive right now, but UNCG is still finding a way to stay in it and keep attacking.
That was important, I think, for Navarre. As I mentioned, her plus-minus is still great, but she was 1 for 10 and then missed her first 2, but then hits that 3. That's huge.
I mean, you start a game and you knock down your first 3. It really opens up everything. You feel like the basket's a little bigger.
Woo. Nice shot for UNC Greensboro from Jayla Lee, the junior out of Brentwood, Tennessee. Spent some time at UNC Asheville. It's 9-9 as they're matching buckets. Usby with that left hand. I love that move. Love that move.
Just catching it there in the high post. No hesitation. Great rip through. 1 dribble, maybe 2. Get to that left hand.
So Usby did not close out quick enough, and Johnson hits a 3, and UNC Greensboro has the lead, 12-11. Make no mistake, Trina, hang on, Marcus. Trina Patterson said they were going to shoot a lot of 3s. That's part of their DNA.
Absolutely. She did say that, and Tasia Johnson is making a pay for not getting out, not closing out, as is Kelly. Looks like we're just going to have a 3-point shootout here tonight, Dean.
I'm okay with that. I was pretty fired up. Nia Kelly, 16 of 28 from 3. And the stroke looks sweet for Kelly. Shot clock down to 5. Decent closeout by Navarre, but oh, and then Navarre had the block, but then the body and then the arm will be a foul. And we're going to take our first break. We said it was going to be a good one. Looks like it will be. 2-point lead for the Tar Heels. 2008, and also Alex Miller. That's Alex Miller right there. She went to 2 Final Fours. They won 4 ACC titles as Alex and Satara played a little bit together. Ivory Latta was also in that. And then you also see Fred Applin, who coached for Dean Smith for 1 year and then went over with Sylvia Hatchell for 8 years. And they're thrilled to be back at Carmichael's. I'm going to talk to all 3 of them, Marcus, before the game, and they love being back here.
Who doesn't love being back here, Dean? This is an amazing place to be, an incredible university. And I know they want to win tonight, but I'm sure that they're still feeling really good about being back.
14-13, 2:49 remaining in the first. Tar Heels shooting 50% from the floor. The Spartans shooting 62.5%. Part of the reason they're only 1 point behind. Kelly will get it back to Usby. Usby. Quick pass to Crisp. Crisp drives the basket. Boy, she's going to be a good one.
She's been great all season long. Saw her really catch fire down in the Bahamas and has been playing great ever since. Great job just taking her defender off the bounce there and getting to the basket.
Crisp, transfer from Arizona State. Also out there is Lainey Grant. As Courtney Banghart not afraid to go to her bench. Getting around Usby that time for the basket for UNC Greensboro was Lee.
UNCG doing a great job of attacking the basket. North Carolina known for their defense and quite frankly playing great defense. But UNCG still finding ways to get to the basket.
Nice little bucket there from Usby. Tough shot, was able to shovel it in. She's got 4. Mariah Kelly leads the Tar Heels with 5. Speaking of 5, that was number 5. And D.I. Usby using her body. Yeah, when Usby starts like that and it can create space with her body finish, it's usually going to be a good night for her.
You know, she's scored all her baskets right in the paint. To your point, using her body. She's got great size, great physicality. As you see North Carolina continue to be disruptive on defense, causing the backcourt there. But if Usby can start the game with 4 or 5 baskets that close, I think that just gives her a ton of confidence. So Crisp here getting her hands involved. It looks like Spartans touched that one last time before it went back court.
Yep. Good catch, Marcus. More subs in for Courtney Banghart. Grace Townsend is into the game, and so is Laka Thomas, a little bit short. Rebound for Townsend. Townsend plays so much bigger than her size. UNCG hitting the boards, rebounding, one of 3 keys. The other key was making threes. So far from 3, UNCG is 2 for 2. They'll take that. That's not a 3. In and out. Rebound Thomas, who was fouled.
Great battle inside by the freshman. Blanca Thomas not only getting that rebound, but drawing a foul. You know, that battle inside, to your point about rebounding, that's going to be a huge key in tonight's game.
Marcus, I'm not sure if she's going to keep this rotation going to ACC play, but I would not be surprised if she does, because in my opinion, and you know more than I'll ever know, there's no drop-off. This is the second unit here.
You know, we talked about this the last game we called together. That second unit was super productive, continued to keep the pressure on. Not exactly what they wanted to see in that last possession there, but I think that this team's got a great opportunity to tough that
5-point lead through 1. Courtney Banghart's team leads it 20-15. The 5-point lead for the 9-1 Tar Heels. They lead it 20-15, and the balance of this Tar Heel team almost unprecedented.
You know, Coach Banghart said that this was going to be a job by committee, and it is on full display right here as you see all of these averages here between 11 and 8 points a game, with Trayana Crisp coming off the bench with 8.8 points a game as well. Together, they get it done.
Howard back out there with Gamble. Also out there is Ndai. Deflected there by Crisp, and then Crisp with her pace, body misses the bunny, and a good rebound, good hustle by UNC Greensboro not to give up on the play. Remember that play if UNC Greensboro could somehow score here and then get another stop. That's a big effort play there from the Spartans.
It was a great play by the Spartans, and I'm telling you right now, Trayana Crisp is going to be dreaming about that, maybe having nightmares potentially about that bunny that she missed. I'm sure she wants that one back.
Another 3 from Nia Smith, as they're a perfect 3 for 3. And Trina Patterson was crystal clear. She's like, if we can make threes and get a lot of threes, because they want to shoot a lot of threes, they've got a chance.
The magic number, Dean, if I'm not mistaken, was 12. She said if we can make 12 threes, we'll give ourselves a chance to upset North Carolina.
And then the only other key she talked about was not so many turnovers. She did not want to get up into the 15 range of turnovers. Definitely wanted to take care of the basketball. And
unfortunately, that's right where they are. On average on the season is 15. So, again, taking care of the basketball is going to be of utmost importance for the Spartans this evening.
Thomas makes the first free throw. She's on the board with 1. 6 different Tar Heels have already scored. Thomas gets 2. Now coming into the game for the Tar Heels, number 21, Sierra Toomey, the redshirt freshman. Highly heralded last year, had to sit out because of injury. She's got an unbelievable long-range shot as well. Toomey, a true stretch, like a stretch 4, right? Like get outside that 3-point line. Another bucket from this feisty Spartans team. They're only down 2.
Elise Kane is really making her presence felt inside this evening, as is Utsby.
Utsby is fouled with an and 1 and a let's go. She's got 8.
Just a great job of her getting into the paint early in the transition, sealing, again, using that strength. A little scream at the end. Let's go.
Missed the free throw. The lead is still 4. 8:35 remaining in the second. North Carolina 9-1. Their only loss, a good loss, UConn, who is showing that they're one of the better teams in the country. And there were times in that game North Carolina playing the Huskies tough. Having said all that, it's going to start to get really difficult for North Carolina. They try to get the rebound. They've got a whistle.
Elise Kane inside again. Putting a lot of pressure on the Carolina bigs. She's fighting hard inside, getting position, posting up strong, and attacking the glass. Draws that foul, and that's be there.
A really improved Georgia Tech team will be here at Carmichael on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And if you're not doing anything Sunday, come check out this UNC women's basketball team. Courtney Banghart's done so much to get the community involved and create excitement around this women's basketball team. Love to see even more people out here on Sunday. Push here for North Carolina. And a travel. Lainey Grant shuffled the foot just a little bit. Lainey Grant, a freshman who, for me, just doesn't look like a freshman. Plays well above her freshman year as Courtney Banghart looks on.
She's typically a very, very poised guard out there for the Tar Heels. Unfortunately, got a little sped up there. To your point, shuffled her feet a bit, but certain that we'll see some good things from her later on this game.
We have the wisdom of national champion Marcus Ginyard in the booth. Dean Linke with you. Townsend all the way to the basket. Really nice. Used her body perfectly, used the dribble perfectly, and finished perfectly.
Great job turning defense into offense right there. Townsend, smallest one out there, but she is making her presence felt out here. Scoring a great bucket in transition right there.
The lead is 6. We're going to call Toomey.
Check this out right here. You see her get her hands on that deflection, gets the steal. Nice little Euro step there. You know, she saw Kelly do that Euro step earlier in the game. Said, hey, I can do that too, y'all.
Both teams crashing the boards well. 10 rebounds for North Carolina, 8 for UNCG. Both teams have 6 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds for North Carolina. That's wide open lane and finish for UNCG as that was Lee. Donarski's only taken 1 shot so far. Utsby, good little move, tried to use the rim, rebound by Toomey. Toomey up and in.
Great job there by Toomey, just being there at the basket.
Oh, what a pass. What a pass, Kelly to Donarski.
And there it is again, defense and the offense. This North Carolina basketball team is going to continue to put that pressure on the Spartans.
If you've got the mentality to have defense lead to offense, and then also something we've talked about a lot, the ability to share the basketball. Good things happen, and the Tar Heels are up by 10. That means, as we see it again here.
Well, Gamble just kind of let that ball get away from her. Great pass up ahead to Donarski from Kelly for Donarski's first 2 points of the evening, and she's fired up about it, and so are the Tar Heels.
We look at Trina Patterson now in her 9th season. If you check out her accolades as a member of the Virginia Cavaliers, she was a big-time player. Main man Marcus Ginyard, also from Virginia. State's produced a lot of great players, men and women.
Truly has. I feel like we talked about this the last time, Dean. Everybody's going to say, oh, no, but this region's better, Philly's better, New York's better. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of great players that have come out of Virginia.
Ronald Curry came out of Virginia, didn't he?
Sure did.
Yeah. God, I love watching him play, too. Shot clock down to 3. Defense is solid. Usby with the close. Got a piece of it. Give Usby a block. Usby's got quite a few blocks this year. Good pass back to Navarre. Navarre back of the rim. Rebound Usby. Usby down low. Toomey. Beautiful basket.
Great job by Alyssa Usby there. Gets the offensive rebound. Is not in a rush. Takes her time. Is able to find a cutting Toomey for a great layup.
If Toomey can keep playing like this, Gotting not 100% healthy. Maybe she doesn't have to take as much minutes, and then she'll be ready for the grueling ACC season that starts Sunday against Georgia Tech. Another 3 as that one is hit by Lee. They are 4 for 6 from 3. That is fantastic.
They're finding a way to knock those shots down. We'll see if they can get to that 12 number, but they're doing a great job putting pressure on North Carolina from the outside.
Kelly out there with Donarski, Navarre, Toomey, and Usby. Donarski. Navarre. There it is. She's got a 3. Not shy. 6 points for Navarre.
You know, Dean, speaking of not shy, what really stood out to me right there on that 3, India did not hesitate at all. She just missed a 3, did not hesitate for 1 second when she got that pass from Donarski, let it fly and knocked it down.
She's one of those players that, as the season goes on, if her confidence continues to grow the way Renaya Kelly's is, she's going to be a great weapon. Donarski a little short. Toomey behind the back to keep it alive to Usby. Usby picks up her dribble. Renaya Kelly steps into it. Air ball.
UNC foul is on the floor. That's your third. 13 foul, second quarter.
A good closeout by the Spartans there on that Kelly 3.
I don't blame Kelly. You see all your teammates having a 3-point party out there, and you want to join in.
Yeah, she made her first one. That is a good lesson, though, to the youngsters, though. Always try to contest every shot because it makes a difference. That left hand, Usby, you can tell Usby's feeling it. She's got 10 to go with 4 rebounds. She's also got at least 1 block. It's 37-25. The lead is 12. This North Carolina team is so deep. So the Spartans bring in good size. They bring in players that can shoot the 3. But there's just too many weapons for North Carolina. That's part of the reason they got a 12-point lead with 3:40 left here in the second.
And also, as you see here, this defense has been absolutely suffocating for the Spartans. Gamble having to shoot a 3 there at the end of the shot clock. She has not been able to get going the way that I'm sure the Spartans need her to and would like her to. Credit North Carolina's defense.
Grace Townsend back into the game. 9 players out of the 11 that have been on the court for North Carolina have scored. Usby Pass to Townsend. Screen from Usby. Usby sets up her post move. Usby driving. Left hand. May have gotten fouled and knocked it out of Thomas's hand. I feel like Thomas, another year from now, she'll be stronger and she won't lose those balls underneath the basket.
She's a highly touted prospect coming out of high school. She's obviously going to be in great hands with this coaching staff and this team. She's only going to get better and already doing a lot of great things out there on the court.
Crisp coming back in for North Carolina. Nasia Powell, the senior out of Florida, coming back in for the Spartans from UNC Greensboro. Approaching 3 minutes left here in the first half. It's 37-25. North Carolina on top of UNC Greensboro. Shot clock down at 5. Short at the rim. And it's called to be a jump ball.
Again, it's Khalees Kane in the middle of everything in the paint. Continue to do an incredible job, giving high effort inside for the Spartans.
Cockting continues to stay on the bench. Another tough shot with the shot clock expiring. Contested. Townsend with the outlet. Donarski. One extra pass. Thomas trying to get big and traveled as she did.
And not the outcome that you want, obviously. But I think, again, credit North Carolina defense for forcing a tough shot, pushing the ball up the court, and hitting your big with 2 feet in the paint.
Donarski. There's that defense we talked about. Donarski thought it was a travel against the Spartans.
And North Carolina, they just get their hands on a lot of balls out here. Pressuring UNCG, full court, in the half court. Anywhere UNCG's got the basketball, they're going to be feeling North Carolina's pressure. Great job by Donarski there, forcing the jump ball and ultimately getting the possession.
Crisp will inbounds it. Crisp from Goodyear, Arizona, the transfer from Arizona State. Townsend to the basket and an and one. Might be the smallest player on the roster for North Carolina, but plays so much bigger than her size. Graduate transfer from Richmond, spending 4 seasons with the Spiders.
Townsend here gets a great screen by Thomas and just finds her way to muscle it up in the rim. Finishing strong, getting the foul.
Looking for the and one. Unlucky. In and out. But the lead is 14. Stifling D right as they cross half court. Donarski leading that with Crisp. And Crisp wins it back.
Hard not to love that effort from North Carolina. Again, everywhere on the court, the Spartans are feeling multiple bodies. 2 times now. You get 2 traps right as they cross over half court. It's tough to get your offense started when you're worried about taking care of the basketball like that.
Crisp has been really active. She scored 23 against Washington when she was at Arizona State, so she can also fill it up. Shot clock down to 3. How many times have we said that here in the first half, and it leads to a turnover? 39-25. I mean, to be fair, North Carolina women's basketball could TED Talk on defense all day long, and then also on depth. They've got a lot of weapons.
They got it all. Tough looking 3-point shot right there.
Donarski sets her feet. One of the sweetest strokes in the game, number 20, Donarski. That's 42-25. Good extra pass. Nice play by UNC Greensboro as it's finished by Kane. Janarski wanted it. It was heat check time for Janarski. She was ready to shoot it. Extra pass. Townsend to Thomas. Thomas going to go to the line. I just feel like, Marcus, next year Thomas is going to make all those shots because she almost has to anyway.
I agree. I think that just with a little bit more experience, playing against some tough competition throughout this season, I think she's only going to get better. Like you said, there's no doubt about that. She's already a tough player. But I think she's doing all the right things. She's in the right places. She's playing hard. She's moving really well for her size. And for being a young player, I think she's got a lot of great potential.
Yeah, and the 6'5" part doesn't hurt. Charlotte Catholic High School, majoring in media and journalism. Led Charlotte Catholic to back-to-back Final Four appearances in the state tournament as a sophomore and a junior. Did I mention the 6'5" part?
And there's no contact, got great size all across the board. Obviously, when you look at Thomas and Gakdeng and Toomey, they really have a huge front there. Hull as well.
You see Gakdeng. Gakdeng sat out quite a few games after starting the first three and then got back in there and returned to her magic. And I'm purely speculating now, but I feel like maybe in this game with Georgia Tech coming up on Sunday, perhaps Courtney Banghart wants to make sure she's completely healthy. Another good bucket from the Spartans as we've got just 15 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And what a luxury for Coach Banghart to be able to sit one of your better players on the bench, let them rest. While some of those folks from the second unit still do a great job.
Townsend, Hall, extra pass to Narski's, kind of got to force it. And that'll do it for the first half. It was tight after one, but North Carolina starting to pull away. Your halftime score, the Tar Heels 44, the Spartans 29. Triple-double watch. It's got some work to do on the assist, but what stands out here for you?
Well, the first thing that stands out to me, Dean, is the points in the paint. 28-12, North Carolina using their size to really dominate inside. I mean, both teams are shooting the ball pretty well, but at the end of the day, the turnovers for UNCG that have led to great offensive possessions for North Carolina. And that defense again, that smothering defense from North Carolina, creating a lot of opportunities for them here.
Courtney Banghart, a lot of people don't realize this, but she was going to play college soccer, so it should be no surprise that she was at Wake Med Soccer Park on Monday night, where the University of National Champions, North Carolina, won another national champion in women's soccer, and she was there. Coach Forbes was there. Jenny Levy was there. I think all the coaches were there.
You know, I love that. The University of National Champions. This university has some incredible athletic programs that are competing for championships year in and year out. UNC women's soccer is no different. And another thing that you mentioned, all of these coaches, it's such a great ecosystem. The coaches support each other. The programs love each other. It's just a great family here at North Carolina.
Boom. So well said, Marcus. Navarre, yes, contested shot, but a finish. Even had a little contact as Navarre coming off that 1 for 10. She's 3 for 6, has 8. And there's Usby with another steal. Usby might get a triple-double with steals. I don't know. Usby now has 12. She's got 6 rebounds, 4 assists. We'll have to check her steals and blocks because she does it all.
And look what we're seeing right here from North Carolina, straight out of the gate in the second half, full court pressure. It's already allowed them to get 2 quick baskets.
2 blocks and a steal for Usby to go with the 4 assists and 6 rebounds. And she's got 12 points to lead all Tar Heel players. Gamble with the extra pass. Gamble was going to shoot that one. Zone right now from North Carolina. There's Gakdeng sliding over on the zone.
Great mobility there in the post defensively by Gakdeng to get around her defender and just grab that steal.
A block called against UNC Greensboro. And for me, part of the reason it was called a block is what I keep talking about, the strength and power, upper body, lower body of Alyssa Usby.
Strength, power, but also the speed, her ability to rip through and get to that baseline quicker than that defender can get in position, ultimately leads to a foul and not a charge. So, yes, strong, but also quick.
Rebound for the Spartans. They'll try to push it. UNC gets bodies back. Navarre, Konarski get their hands in there. Navarre rips it out. Navarre driving to the basket. Looks like she was thinking shot the entire time, and I think she'll go to the line to shoot too. Navarre was not giving up that basketball.
She wasn't. She had her eyes set on that rim. Almost went the length of the floor there for the coast-to-coast play. Was able to draw that foul on Kane. But it all started, again, I sound like a broken record here, Dean. It started on the other end, forcing the turnover on Gamble, which gave them the ability to push the ball up the court in transition.
So Navarre makes the first. And misses the second. She's sitting on 9 points. Gamble with Usby. That's the other thing about Usby. She can cover the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Another steal for Usby. Usby now with 2 steals. And Usby missed it that time. She might have another chance to make it. She was thinking about passing it. Now she's going to shoot it. Gets a block, but no foul. She'll go to the line. They can shoot too.
Great job there by Usby. Just staying with the play. Obviously would love to have scored that on the first try, but stays with it, gets the offensive rebound, and gets herself a trip to the free throw line.
Number 22, Nia Smith.
So Usby 0 for 1 from the free throw line. She's shooting 61%, and it's always been just a little bit of a bugaboo for her, but with everything else that she brings, you just don't even think about it. She makes the second.
You don't for a time, but then you will. You know, ultimately, free throws are going to be things that are important to win basketball games, especially late in the season. I've heard Coach Banghart talk about that a little bit after games before. Everything else looks so good for this North Carolina basketball team, but when you look at 60%-ish as a team from the free throw line, it's not quite going to get it done.
Smith. Again, Usby, the ability to guard all 5 positions. Special weapon. Ooh, that's a good bucket. Really good bucket from UNC Greensboro. They needed it too, as they're down 19.
And they needed it from Gamble. Gamble is yet to really get going here. Only 4 points in the game. Coming into the game, averaging 14 points. Nice little hesitation move there, going left, able to get up and underneath Usby for the finish. But I think if UNCG has a chance to win this game, they're going to need Gamble to get fired up here.
Yeah, Gamble, only 4 shots and 0 for 1 from 3. As a team, UNC Greensboro shooting 50% from 3. North Carolina shooting 40%, both respectable numbers. Navarre gets over that high screen, and then the help defense was there, and Gactang just says, I'll take it. Navarre. Ooh. Indy, I love you, but that was a brick. She knew it too.
Looks like she kind of got caught there in the middle on that mid-range pull-up, just a little too much. Well, more than a little too much, but thanks to the right decision in transition to pull up for that jump shot.
So Navarre will come out for a moment. Adrian Walters, spent some time with him before the game. He says hello to Maxwell Dean out in Eugene, Oregon. Coming back into the game, Thomas, and she'll come in for Usby. So Usby will sit down. Check out her numbers: 13 points, 6, 4, 11 for Usby.
7 rebounds, a couple assists, a couple of blocks.
There's Thomas with the rebound. Really quick outlet to Townsend. Now Thomas, nice little handle, step back. She's under control. I like that about her.
Kelly does a great job of running this offense.
Follow your shot. Oh, no. She may have rode something. Oh, she's going to shake it off. Okay. Might have just been one of those little flimsy little ankles, maybe, Marcus. Not sure.
Not sure. Looked like she was in a lot of pain after scoring that basket there. Looks like she may be able to. Looks like she's giving a thumbs up to the bench. Might be able to shake that one off.
Gokdang will go back to the bench. A 21-point lead. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I shouldn't be, because every time I watch North Carolina, I'm more and more impressed. I'm so impressed. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, Marcus Ginyard. I think North Carolina has the kind of team that can beat anybody in the ACC. So it would not surprise me if they beat NC State like they routinely do, which is never easy. If they beat a feisty Duke team. Louisville's always really good. Virginia Tech, I mean, actually their record's not bad. I mean, they lost a lot, including their coach. But I think this North Carolina team can beat anybody in the ACC.
Well, when I look at what I'm seeing here this evening, what I've seen thus far this season, this North Carolina team has all of the components that make up a great basketball team. Again, we talked about the size earlier. We talked about the guard play, their ability to make shots.
Here's Sunday afternoon's ACC Network women's basketball triple header. Miami and Pitt start us off at noon Eastern. Then number 16, North Carolina hosts Georgia Tech at Carmichael. And we finish up with Clemson taking on Wake Forest. 33-52, 5:25 remaining in the third. The 9-1 Tar Heels, number 14 in the country. Toomey going to come on for Courtney Banghart. Crisp gets it to Renaya Thompson. Crisp, often thinking shot, little runner, back of the rim, rebound, Spartans. Spartans, they get a bucket here and a stop. You just never know. I mean, they are still down 19. Missed the bucket there. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll come back to the Tar Heels. We're going to take a break. More of the same. 52-33, North Carolina. Damon Nahas gets the job. Damon Nahas teams wins the national championship, and North Carolina, another natty for the women's soccer team.
I mean, you see this picture here of the women's basketball NCAA championship in 1994. There's no greater feeling than competing for a national championship and then ultimately getting to that goal, putting up a banner, getting a ring, and doing it with some of your closest friends and great support. It's one of those things that just kind of keeps you connected forever. Still talk to my national championship teammates almost every day. And it's just an incredible bond that you can form winning the national championship.
Amen. 52-33. Step back three, not an easy shot. Back of the rim. Toomey did a good job getting position. And because of that position, she earns the over the back.
Great box out there by Toomey.
They put Toomey and Thomas out there together. I like that, especially the way Toomey can stretch the floor. I like those two bigs out there.
I do too. And again, I'll get back to the statement I made earlier about both of those two bigs and their ability to move. So they were in a zone earlier, and Toomey was running the baseline back and forth. You know, so having that size, but also having the mobility of two bigs, and then to your point, the ability to step out and knock down an outside shot. I think it's an incredible asset to have as a coach, to have bigs that can move and a big that can shoot.
So Thomas out there with Crisp, Toomey, Tenarski, and Grant. Toomey misses the first. Toomey now 1 for 6 on the season from the line. Now 1 for 7. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third. 52-33. Long three. High arcing shot. And it rolls around and in. A three-pointer for the Spartans. As that was Boyle. Kelly Boyle wearing the number 0. She's a sophomore out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, and that'll resonate because Usby is from Minnesota. Back of the rim, Thomas, 6'5", gets the rebound, throws it back out to Tenarski. Quick pass. Now Crisp. Shot clock now at 5. Toomey gonna drive to the basket. Toomey. Spartans going the other way.
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass. 38-52. So hang on. Here come the Spartans.
Great pass there by the freshman Nice Smith.
UNCG on a 7-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. Toomey with that, I call it a Kevin Love three. Doesn't have a whole lot of arc on it, but she makes a lot of them.
It does remind me of Kevin Love. All of the things, right? The size and the ability to knock down that outside shot. No hesitation, nothing but net.
Kane saw Boyle with that three that drew some rain the last time out there and went in. Usby getting ready to check back in. Another three, this time a miss. As Trina Patterson would have liked that three. UNC Greensboro now 5-11 from deep. That's a tough shot. I could never make that shot. That elbow shot right there, Marcus, just gets in your head a little bit.
It's a tough pull-up. Just kind of that distance right there. Tenarski with a block. Showing she can do more than just knock in that three-point shot.
So with Alyssa Usby coming back into the game with 13 points, she has not shot a three. But you talk about a player who worked on her three all summer long and worked particularly with Courtney Banghart, who, by the way, if you go back and look at what she did at Dartmouth as a basketball player, as this one goes up and in, she was a tremendous three-point shooter.
It certainly helps to have a coach that's got that pedigree as a shooter to be able to help your players and just kind of fine-tune some of those mechanics.
Usby does enough to keep it for North Carolina. (55-40). Tar Heels led by 21 at one point. Usby loves using that left hand with power. I don't know how she does it, but she does it, and she's got 15.
Just finds a way again to muscle it in with that left hand.
Ooh, Tenarski. I mentioned it already, Marcus, but as great a shot as Tenarski has, her defense is solid. Toomey can't close out. Good bucket from the Spartans. That one was made by a die. It's 57-42, 40 seconds remaining. Ooh, Usby was wide open. You see that?
I did. And UNCG found a way. They're showing a lot of energy right here in the end of the third quarter. Well, they still got a ways to go, but their energy level has definitely increased here.
Tar Heels have used more of a half-court trap, and it has been really effective for a lot of this game.
Spartans have spent a lot of time trying to get into their offense rather than running their offense.
And that's going to do it. And after 3, it's North Carolina, the number 14 team in the country, 57-42. And against 1 loss.
Take a look here at the shining stars of the ACC earlier this week on Sunday. Fournier at Duke, the freshman, scoring a career-high 27 versus Virginia Tech. And 3 stars from Notre Dame, Citron, Hidalgo, and Miles, all having big-time games, 25 points and 11 rebounds for Citron.
Tania Latson, she is just a point-making machine. Chris with a good handle. She's strong.
UNC Greensboro foul is called on number 5.
Goctang is back out there as she's only played 12 minutes. Crisp hits the first. Crisp hits the second. She's almost at 90% free throw shooter.
I'm sure Coach Banghart wishes that would rub off on some of the other players. Again, this team has a lot of great things going for them. 57% from the free throw line is just not going to be what they need late in the season.
So it's Grant out there with Crisp. Goctang posts up.
Not sure about that foul there, Dane.
I didn't see a whole lot. Crisp comes around to get it. Grant, little pump fake, gives it up to Goctang, unselfish, and what a finish from Goctang. Maria Goctang's got 6.
Great pass there, interior pass by Grant, and Goctang says, I'll do the rest.
Goctang, according to Courtney Banghart, also getting inquiries from WNBA coaches and scouts, and I love hearing that.
And I would believe one of the reasons is, again, not just her size. When you see her get a hand on that shot there in the corner for a block, her ability to move from the inside of the paint to the outside to contest that shot on the three-point line, and that's incredible.
Goctang 3 for 5 with 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 61-42. Right around that number for quite a bit. The hands of Usby special. Grant. Crisp to Usby. Usby now. Gonna get to the basket. Extra pass. She felt the pressure. There's Navarre. Navarre sitting on 9. Crisp back down to Usby. Usby trying to post up. She wanted to try to find Navarre, then elected to shoot it. It was a little short. But they get it right back. Defense leads the offense. Usby. Oh. I feel like she got in the air. It was like, I normally go with my left. I'm thinking I'm going to switch it to my right. Something happened there. And a rebound foul. Crisp. And an and one coming now for the Spartans, as that's Smith, Nia Smith.
See the miss here. And the freshman Nia Smith just in the right place at the right time. Able to grab that rebound and get it back up for 2 with the foul. Freshman Nia Smith is putting together a good game here in Chapel Hill.
She's from Georgia. She'll hit the free throw. Kelly out there with Usby, Navarre, Grant, and Goctang. And Goctang is fouled at the basket. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Goctang did a great job working without the basketball there on the inside. Great leading pass there by Grant. Put her in a perfect position, leading her straight to the basket. But it's been a great battle inside. I will say I got to continue to take my hat off to Khalees Kane for the Spartans, who is really battling hard in there.
Goctang, a shooter, hits them both. 2 for 2. 63-45. The Spartans just won't let the Tar Heels totally blow them out here. As Navarre, don't know if she needed that half euro or whatever you call that, Marcus. Feel like she could have just gone straight to the basket.
We've seen a lot of euro steps this evening.
Gamble gets the high screen, rolls off of it, attacks the basket, gets it over Goctang and up and in. Gamble with 6. Relatively quiet night, but that was a great shot.
It was. That was a high level of difficulty shot there, coming off the ball screen, able to bring that ball down low to get through the defense. Nice floater.
See the numbers on Gamble, bottom of your ACC network extra screen, and Navarre in double digits. 65-47. Usby tries to help. Nia Smith, she's got 10.
It's a great pass by Gamble. Getting through that Tar Heel defense.
So Usby's going to take a break. He's coming into the game is Layla Hall. She's played in every game but one, averaging about 10.6 minutes per game.
A lot of different lineups that we're seeing out here for the Tar Heels. I know you talked about that earlier. This is a great opportunity for them to continue to figure out what works best for them. They're seeing a lot of productivity no matter who's out there on the court.
Hall with a good block, but a better job by Lee to stay with it. The junior out of Brentwood, Tennessee, who spent some time at UNC Asheville. Goctang unlucky, as Goctang now 3 for 6 from the floor. It doesn't feel like a 14-point game, but that's what it is. This could cut it to 12 short front of the rim. Grant with a rebound.
I talked to you at the break, Dean, and saying this, this 15, 14-point lead doesn't feel very commanding right now, as UNCG is just kind of on the fringe of making a couple big plays and potentially getting back in this real quick. But
that'll work for Grant, as she's on the board with her first 3. Timeout from Trina Patterson, the head coach for UNC Greensboro. 68-51. North Carolina on top here in the fourth. Narski out there with Kelly, Toomey, Hall, and Grant. Gamble. That's Hall with great defense along the baseline, but an even better shot.
And there's that Philly grit showing up a little late in this game, but Gamble able to force that one up and in.
Donarski. Grant gives it up to Donarski again. Grant gets bailed out there on that foul, and we're going to take a break with the score. North Carolina 68, UNCG 53. But Paige has Caitlin Clark ability, and Hannah has Caitlin Clark ability. I mean, it's just going to get better and better and better.
The women's game is in great shape. Both of these players, obviously fantastic players in the women's game right now, but as a whole, this game is on the rise, and this is going to be a great primetime matchup of 2 big-time clubs, but also 2 big-time players.
Foul there. Incredible depth on this North Carolina team, and incredible depth with our crew. Dean Linke along with Marcus Ginyard, our producer Nolan Sullivan, AD Colin Beiersdorf, director Dustin Webb, TD Evan the E-Dog Badler, expression Sarah Ellis on the bug, Dylan Rolling Stone Field on replay 1, Paul Alexander, red carpet beam, Grayson Lowe, Seth Taper, Matt Bachman, world famous, Rafa Valls, Kyle Logenhofer, Ryan Lutz, Tanner King, Leo Schiff, Zach Sampson, and your buddy Byron Sanders, all part of our great crew.
Appreciate the great work, everybody. We got a big-time team here tonight.
Turnover. Donarski. Have I mentioned I love Donarski's D, Marcus? I don't know if I mentioned that or not.
I think I might have heard you say that once or twice tonight.
Thank you. All right, so now everybody that has got into the game have scored, and that has been a theme for the games we've been doing together too, Marcus.
It has, and again, that just says so much about your basketball team. Not only, yes, it's good for everybody to feel good about the game, but I mean, it just shows how this is truly a team, right? Everybody finds a way to contribute, and it's not just about scoring, but the fact that every single player in the game scores just says so much about your team chemistry and about how you want to play the game.
Toomey, Donarski. Boy, Donarski, you know, look, she's always been good at everything, but she's just playing at a different speed tonight. I like it.
Got a lot of quickness right there, getting to the basket. Again, on defense again. Did a great job using her speed to get an easy one at the basket.
So Donarski with 3 steals. Usby's got 4 steals. 13 steals as a team for the Tar Heels. Toomey can't grab it. Boyle's going to come back in. Boyle made that rainmaker 3 in the 3rd. 2 players in double figures for the Tar Heels. Usby at 15, Navarre rebounding. She's at 11. You know, you talk about that plus minus. Usby's at plus 18, Gokdang 20, Nia Kelly 17, Donarski 13, and Navarre a plus 14. Those are your starters. Those are pretty good numbers.
Those are great numbers. That's exactly what you want to see if you're coaching the Tar Heels. And again, just getting back to what we see here on the replay. Just a little too aggressive there on that closeout by Hull. Great effort. Just needs to be a little bit more controlled there. But again, everybody contributing, not just scoring, but the fact that when you're in the game, your team is up 14, 13, 15. All those numbers you were just rattling off. It's a great sign that everything's going the way you want it to.
The lead is 18, and I think it's fair to say that North Carolina is going to get their 10th win of the season in 11 tries, as that is in and out. That means the starters are done. Donarski sits down with 7 points. She had 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. Usby, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 4 steals. And then Nia Kelly had 5 points. Navarre had 11. Toomey, fade away, glass. It didn't fall, but I like her touch. 2:20 remaining. There's another rainmaker. In and out. It's Kelly Boyle trying to make a deep 3. Kelly Boyle, a sophomore from Maple Grove, Minnesota, as I mentioned earlier. Usby from Minnesota.
Jordan Zubik as well. Got a few Minnesotans out there.
For us, be Taylor Coonan, another Minnesota player. That was great for the Tar Heels. Similar player to Usby, in fact. So Marcus, Monday's national championship win for the North Carolina women's soccer team. Full circle moment for me. You and I are just getting to know each other, but my first internship was with U.S. Soccer. My first camp was with Anson Dorrance and the team that would represent the USA in the first ever World Cup that would include so many Tar Heels, including Mia Hamm and Christine Lilly and Wendy Gabarro and Lori Hendry and Linda Hamilton and everything else. So my first exposure to soccer at the highest level was around Anson Dorrance and arguably the greatest players ever. And then to live in Chapel Hill since '99 and be around Anson and what he left as a legacy, and now to see Damon do it again is pretty cool.
It really is. And it just shows the level of excellence here in Chapel Hill. It's really all around us, and it's with every team. And it's just really cool to see that one great coach leaves and then another coach steps right in and doesn't skip a beat, right?
So at the risk of missing somebody, because even Jenny Levy's won quite a few national championships, and in her first year Erin Matson won, but as that three is made by the Tar Heels, you think about Dean Smith, Anson Dorrance, and I heard they might be adding a guy named Bill Belichick.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I'm waiting for that official drop, but I have heard it reported that he will be the new head coach here at North Carolina. It is going to be a start of something very different. It's going to be a new era here, guys, but I'm excited for it.
I am fired up. The lead is 20 as we are down to our final 40 seconds. Don't forget, it gets real on Sunday as Georgia Tech, a much improved Georgia Tech team, will come in to Carmichael. A 2 o'clock tilt on Sunday. Then they go on the road to take on Florida. You and I will be back together for Norfolk State, then at Miami, then January 5th. You got Notre Dame, Duke, and Boston College on the 5th, 9th, and 12th, all at home. Notre Dame and Duke, those will be two tremendous tests, two tremendous games right here at Carmichael.
This is what they're working for right now. This is why they're working on their defense. This is why they're continuing to press late in the game, right? They're trying to get themselves prepared for those stretches when they're playing the best of the best and making sure that they're playing at the highest level.
More pressure on the three, contesting shots right down to the very end, and a foul called against the Spartans. That'll give a chance for Jordan Zubich, playing her 7th game, to go to the line. Sydney Barker is out there as well. Zubich already has 3, make it 4. Barker did hit a 3 in that last game you did, so she also got into the scoring column. As you see Barker right there, always has that smile on her face.
She's got great energy.
Great energy.
I love watching her around this basketball team. Got great energy, and that's something that you definitely need, regardless of whether it's on the court or not. She looks like one of those great teammates.
Great team. Final 10 seconds. As North Carolina will go to 10-1. UNC Greensboro, a respectable 7-3. Might have been too late. They're going to wave it off. Final score 80-56. Marcus Ginyard, my national champion. Your thoughts on win number 10 for North